Guys, hello guys, hello guys, hello guys, hello guys, hello guys, hello guys. Hello. I had to turn the music off because I don't own the rights to that recording. But I just went on Anita Wilson page. First I say this on um St. James page on YouTube. And I just can't believe that a gospel artist, but she called herself a performing artist, I guess. But gospel singer Anita Wilson is dressed as Phyllis Hyman, and this is what she has to say: that Happy Women's Month, Happy Women's History Month. I was inspired to do a photo shoot saluting one of my vocal inspirations, the gorgeous, intelligent, confident, rare gem, Miss Phyllis Hyman. Miss Hyman was a singer, songwriter, and actress who was affectionately known as the Goddess of Soul. Her one of a kind, low register, raspy alto voice caught my ear as a young teen. She was also known for her classy, sexy. Okay, I don't see anything classy about having your breasts or cleavage that low, okay? I just don't. And as a gospel singer, Christian and all, and I don't know what Anita Wilson's religious background is. Okay, because anybody could sing gospel and be, and not even be saved or be worshiping something else. Okay, and I'm finding that out now because there's other people who follow other beliefs that pray. Just put that in mind. Okay, so this is kind of like a little bit disturbing because this is a singer who has sung Jesus Will. She redid More Than Anything. She sung that was originally sung by Lamar Campbell. And there were other great songs that she had did. Okay. So I don't understand. And back a while back, she had got up on Pride Day and thanked all the gays, hairstyles, and all that. And it's like I understand that you might thank your gay hairstylists or whatever else, but I don't condone their lifestyle. Okay, I have family who's gay too, and all of that. I love them and will hang out with them and stuff, but I don't condone what they do. I don't condone their lifestyle. Okay, just saying. But I can't tell them what they can and cannot do, especially when they are grown. What they do in the privacy of their home is none of my business. I don't sit up there and be paying their bills. I don't sit up there and make sure they have food on the table or nothing else. Because I learned, because I see other adults be trying to tell other adults what they can or want to tell them what they can or can't do. And it's like, but you're not paying their bills. You ain't putting no food on the table. You ain't providing no roof over their head. So you don't have that obligation to tell them what you can and cannot do. I even had a situation where somebody was like, well, even though you was adopted, that's over with now. But that don't mean that the biological family can come in and tell me what I can and cannot do. Because that's over for them too. It's been over. Because I'm grown. So that goes both ways. But that's the same thing. But back to this is that what I'm getting at is that if you are a Christian person, you ought to act, look, dress like it. In other words, you ought to cover up. And I'm not talking about you got to wear a dress or a skirt down to your feet, okay? Because I wear pants to church at times too. I just don't wear no tight pants. But in other words, look presentable. In other words, don't look like what I want to say, a hoe or something like that. Because I didn't think that Phyllis Hyman was looking classy in that outfit when she wore that on school days when she was singing that song. I mean, Now, if she has something to cover that cleavage, yeah, that would be okay. But I think that in her position and with her being an R&B singer, that they wanted her to have sex appeal. Because a lot of these people that's out there now in the secular world, secular music, a lot of them can't sing. They have sex appeal. And so they would use them to get albums and stuff and have them dressing provocative, looking provocative, practically naked on the album cover and in the video doing God knows what. And I don't even talk about them selling their souls, okay? That's for another topic. But let me pause this camera and show you what Kirk Franklin was doing. Okay, if this is, I mean, because he was in, I don't know if he was in the Bahamas or in Jamaica or where he was. I will find out though, because he got on stage and he wasn't talking. See, he was just, I guess he was showing off his body and his muscles and doing these dances and everything. And it's like, there gotta be a difference between clean and unclean, a difference between holy and unholy. And I'm starting to think that Anita Wilson, after seeing that post that she posted on Pride Day, and now this, and I know that she had admired Prince because when he died, she was wearing her purple. I wore my purple too, okay? But I had to realize after that there were some songs that Prince sung that had me question. I don't think about his faith with Christ. Anti-Christian, anti-Christ. That's to be against Christ, to be against Christians. Little Nicky, which we all thought was a sex song between him and some girl, until a man broke it down and said, okay, you met this girl in a hotel lobby and she was doing something sexual while she was looking at magazine. Okay, that's what got people right there at the beginning. But when she said invite you to her castle and promise you all these things and stuff, it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. And we thought it was, oh, when he said the lights went out and little Nicky started to cry, he had broke down and said, no, if there was darkness flooded his soul. He sold his soul and he said it in the album. Just like some of these people did with another album, Stairway to Heaven, I think it's called. Some rock group has sung that, and people, I mean, it was one of the biggest albums of its time. But if you played it backwards, they was talking about Satan giving you 666. The Eagles album, I think it was Hotel California or something like that. It was talking about the Church of Satan. If you really listen to the words, come together. They talking about Lucifer. They talk about Satan. And if you really listen to the words, it was like, wait a minute. Because they was playing that song the other day, and I know it was on Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band. Heard the song many times as a child because I watched that movie with the Bee Gees, and they used the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper Lonely Heart Club Band music, because that's what the movie was named after. But the Bee Gees played in it, and one day when I was in North Carolina, I was walking through the hangar. They had the radio playing and everything. And I happened to hear the words to that song and said, oh my God, they talking about Satan. Another song, Helter Skelter. They definitely talk about Satan in that one. Talk about he was there when Jesus was being crucified and all those other events that he was naming that he was there. Because a lot of them had sold they sold. It was the automatic writing. But anyway, back to Anita Wilson is like, It seems like gospel is headed that way too, because a lot of the gospel songs are now being, some of them used to be R&B and rock and everything. They're sampling off of R&B and rock. A lot of Kirk Franklin music was sampled off of R&B and rock. Was sampled off of Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Earth, Wind, and Fire, Maurice White was into metaphysics, astrology, numerology. He was into all of that. I had to drink something. Drinking a milkshake with some strawberries in it. Got it from Sonic. Um, so you know they got some real strawberries in that. But anyway, Maurice White wrote, I don't know if he wrote all these songs, but he produced a lot of music for people. I mean, you know, Denise Williams, he had helped her to get her started, everything. A lot of artists he worked with. Him and Barry, ooh, one of the Bee Gees boys, okay? Um, them two at the time around the late 70s, they was working with a lot of people and everything else. So this is not Christian like is what I'm saying. What she's doing and Kirk Franklin. Let me just get Kirk Franklin on there right quick because I'll talk about him and him using sampling off of worldly music and all of that stuff. And I'm not saying that you can't listen to some R&B. I'm not saying that. There has been some music that I listen to from the 70s. But you have to be careful what you listen to because I have to find Earth, Wind, and Fire. They was one of my favorite groups. It's like a lot of songs I had like until I started listening to the words. It was one song that they was playing when I was in the car. It was like, oh, this is the jam and everything. It was called Jupiter. Listen to the words and everything. And later on, and this was a long time ago, right when I was still in Alabama. And I happened to, right around 2017, 2018, I started hearing these people who was making videos about this, about the secular music and everything. And I was reading in Romans, no, I was reading in Acts, I'm sorry, I was reading the book of Acts, where Paul and Barnabas went to a certain area, a part of Rome, and preached the gospel, and they thought that they was gods and everything, and went to drawing stuff and doing everything. Paul had to stop them because I mean, when after Paul got done speaking, those people just went crazy because he was talking about the true and living God, but they was thinking that because of their speech and everything that they were the gods that they served, Jupiter and those Roman gods and everything, Diana and all of them. Um, They thought that Barnabas was Hermes, or one of them was Hermes, and the other one was Jupiter. They had told, no, 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 don't do it. Don't be making sacrifices and doing this and that. No, no, no. So it let me know, okay, Jupiter is the Roman god, equivalent to Zeus, which is the Greek god. All of that is Satan. And they singing that it was a man that came from Galilee. It said that he was so set them free or something like that. That this man was a man of age or something like that. And, and that's when I was like, wait, but no, that's Satan. And I guess serpentine or something like that. I haven't heard that. I don't know if I heard that or not. But you had Kirk Franklin sampling off of some of their music. So let's see Kirk Franklin. I don't mean to bore you or anything, but I just wanted to show gospel singer Anita. And I seen Anita Wilson sing at Pastor Hart Ramsey Church back around 2012 or 13, something like that. It was during a New Year's Eve service. And she was one of the main singers. And also Darlene McCoy was there. She was the MC for that night. And I thought Anita Wilson did pretty good at everything. Um, and I sat up, they had me sitting up in the front seat. I don't know why, but but anyway, but to see this, I'm thinking she don't have a problem with homosexuality, and I know a lot of people at church don't either because people was telling Daryl Walsh that they love him after after some video slipped out about him kissing his boyfriend. And I had recently seen him at a church service singing and stuff, and people was jumping and hollering and screaming and shouting because it's like, but when it came to Today, they threw Today out. When Today came out about 20 years ago, they threw him away. They just didn't want to have nothing to do with him. So it's like nowadays they accepted homosexuality into the church. And people could come up there and be jumping and shouting and unashamed and come with these long fingernails, look like Edward Scissorhands and all of that stuff. And, only very few people say anything about that now. But I'm not saying to bash them or to kick them out the church. Pray for them, of course. But don't condone the lifestyle. That's the problem. Everybody's condoning the lifestyle now. Because Darryl Walsh was invited to sing at a conference. And there were some well-known speakers that spoke at that conference too. And I was sitting here with the eye like, and I done heard people get on YouTube after they had talked about astrology and numerology and talk about if Jupiter blow up, that's gonna mess up the United States and all. And I'm like, wait a minute now. And there was still there talking about they pray all the time. So it let me know, okay, people of different faith do pray. I don't think they pray to the true and living God, but they do pray. Because I know that there's Muslims who pray too, that they pray to Allah, whatever God they serve. And so do Hindus and all of that stuff. So people need to start praying to the true and living God. If you claim to be a Christian, you need to serve the true and living God. The one that stepped up out of the grave with all power in his hand. Not the ones that's still in the grave or the ones that man has created. So anyway, let me go to Kirk Franklin right quick. Oops, uh-oh. I did not.